Welcome to Not Your Man's Sports Podcast.
The podcast where two long distance besties spill the tea on fantasy football, game day drama, and everything in between. My name's Andrea.
And I'm Ashley, and we are so back,
We
Andrea.
are back.
So,
We are here. We have made it, guys. We are here.
so full before we dive into the episode, just full transparency for everyone, we are recording right before Monday Night Football. So some things may change, but we wanted to get this out to you guys by Tuesday so you guys could have a couple ideas for some waiver wire picks. We were not going to be filming, like Andrea's on the East Coast. I'm in the mountain district, mountain, whatever the mountain is. I'm in the mountain coast. So we just didn't want to wait and potentially like have something a little bit like questionable. So, anyways, that is what we have. So, Andrea, let's dive in. We had a slow draft. The last time we recorded, it was kind of going on. So, talk to me about your slow draft experience and how did it go for you?
So here's the thing, and this is going to be so controversial. And just to give everyone a heads up what a slow draft is, sometimes on draft, in order to draft your fantasy football team, your commissioner will schedule a time where everyone's available and everyone will draft and have like a minute per pick. When people are so busy, you can't always do that. So a slow draft means you have 4 to 8 hours a pick. And we decided to do that for our redraft league. I personally, hard take, love the slow draft, and I don't mind because I can do whatever. I can go do my race training. I can go teach classes. I can go to the grocery store. When it pops up, it pops up. But Ashley, I think you feel differently.
So I actually didn't mind the slow draft because there was a point there where I was at my future sister-in-law's bridal shower and I literally didn't even know I was on the board until I was like getting ready to leave. But my issue is less with the slow draft format and more of a beef with our league because our league actually has zero chill. Like absolutely negative 100 chill actually. So like when you were on the clock, you were getting messages in our chat being like, you're on the clock. Why aren't you drafting? Even though we had like 2 hours to draft.
Yeah, like 4 hours, and it's like 5 minutes in. And it's like, where are you? I had one where I was teaching, and one of the guys was like messaging. My husband responded. She's like, she's teaching, bro. It's gonna be a minute. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and it was the same with Dominic. Like he was playing basketball and everyone was like, and I think it was his first pick too. So like everyone already knows their first pick going into a draft pretty much. And so he was over here like playing basketball and I texted him and I was like, bro, it's your pick. Because everyone was already like in the chat, like blowing him up. So I think would I do it again? Yes, especially because like you mentioned last week, we do have people coast to coast. We have people who are in surgery. We have people who have things going on. Like you were teaching, I was like at a bridal shower. Like people have a life going on.
Honestly, the craziest thing, there's one person that's like, she might be in surgery. She might be birthing a baby.
And
So
in
it's
fact,
like,
she was.
in fact, she was. Like, she took all 4 hours because she literally had to bring life into this world. And then when she was like, she was like, guys, like, I just delivered a baby. What do you want from me? And then the guys were asking questions that they probably didn't want to know the answers to.
She did her best. She crushed it. And honestly, she brought a baby in too. She wasn't going to stop with labor for
He's like,
a
hey,
draft.
excuse me, ma'am, can you just
Like,
just hold it, squeeze it in,
suck it in a little bit, like
suck
work
it
on
in. I
those
gotta make my
ankles.
fantasy pick.
Yeah. So,
That would be one.
so
That sounds like something
basically,
that would be in a TV show, though.
yeah. But I would watch it because I'm surprised the league or whatever that FX show didn't have that. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's true. Something
But
with Andre, like suddenly delivering a kid and being like, hold on, I gotta do a draft.
yeah, totally would have happened.
Watch the league. So Ashley, well, how did your drafts turn out? How do you like your teams?
When I do like a redraft league where you're getting a new set of players every season, I usually just roll with the team that I draft because you're drafting like the best quarterback, the best running backs, the best wide receivers, etc. So I usually just roll with that. Um, as we are speaking right now before Monday Night Football, I'm unwell. We'll talk more about this, but I'm unwell because I probably have players on my bench who would have helped me at least cut the lead here a little bit. So overall, I really do like my team. My biggest goal was not to have anybody on my redraft team that I have on my keeper team. And I still love my keeper team. I actually am very like proud of my little rookie running backs that I did draft. So they're going to blossom into something beautiful, I think. So I like both of my teams. I make a and I know some of the dudes in our league are probably listening. Would I make a drastic trade in our keeper league this year? Yes, I would. So come to the table, men, with a
Gentlemen,
good
come
offer.
bring some really good offers. Key is good, fair offers. There are tools like Keep Trade Cut, which show the fairness of offers.
And I'm
Use
sorry,
it.
I'm not trading. Like the other thing with our keeper league is I am not trading for picks. If you are trying to get somebody like Jalen Hurts from my hands, from my greasy little hands, I will not be trading him for picks because those picks aren't number one actual players.
Yeah.
So,
It's really just what people deem the most important to them. Like some guys might be like, I know Patrick Mahomes was traded around, whereas like my husband has been asking, like, what would you do to trade Josh Allen? I'm like, Josh Allen is not tradable. Like, there's nothing you could do
yeah,
to trade him to like make me want to trade him because he's the glue to my team, IRL, and in fantasy.
exactly.
So it's all just personal preferences. My husband loves trading for draft picks, and that's what works for him, but it's all about people's priorities.
Yeah. And for me, that's a no when it is like a top player. When it's like somebody maybe on my bench or like that I don't play that much, I will dabble in some draft picks. Top players, no, we got to be getting some good trades here, good fair trades. So,
Good fair trades.
how
Market.
did you feel about your both of your leagues?
It started off stressful because as Worthy played not even a snap and was immediately out, so no points. I have CMC in my redraft league and the redraft league in my keeper league, and immediately is like potential to be out. I was like, oh, good. We're starting this all over again. Just a little bit of a dumpster fire. And like last year, as background, my whole team was just Team IR. I literally named my team Team IR because it was just injured the entire year. But they were some of the comeback kids. Both of my teams, I do still have Justin Jefferson to play in redraft, and I have a defense to play in my keeper league. But comeback season is truly been the theme of my fantasy and my IRL team. So, Ashley, do you mind if I just swerve right into that with that transition?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so let's talk about the Bills Ravens game.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
what a game. I'm over here. I am a diehard Bills fan. I have seen the highs and the lows. I still have some PTSD from that Ravens game last year where, Derrick Henry just did the Derrick Henry thing. Like he is a fantastic player. Lamar Jackson is a fantastic quarterback. So
And they started out like already with their connection. Like their link up is just insane. That is such a beautiful dynamic right there.
And Zay Flowers, he was not participating in the playoff game last year. So all of a sudden, Zay Flowers is their weapon. And like Lamar and him have such a good connection. So I was like, oh my God, like our defense, like we just did this trade for like Bosa. Like, is he really going to come in and like help us out? And I was a little concerned about the defense. But in the words of Josh Allen, have some faith. So, all those fair weather fans who spent a lot of money on the final game, like the first game at Highmark Stadium of the final year, you left before the fourth quarter? What? I know you have work in the morning, but come on, guys. I don't leave until it's like you really no end in sight.
Yeah, if it was like actually like that 1 minute or even the 2 minute warning and it was still like 40 to 25, okay.
Yeah, then that's the where the mark is. But
Mhm.
I'm like the third quarter, you left in the third quarter, and our savior Josh scolded you, and they should feel scolded because there's a lot of us throughout the country and probably the world that wish we were at that game, but we do not have the resources to be at the game. So we were couching it.
And major shout out too to Matthew Prater, Matt
Matthew,
Prater.
you're so proper. Matthew Prater.
I know him on a first name basis. He played for the Broncos for a long time.
You
I
guys
actually know
coached
him.
together in Arizona?
Yeah, we're like besties, like, No, he played for the Broncos for a long time before he got into some issues with drinking and stuff, so they cut him. He's been all around. But anyways, like if you did not hear, he pretty much got picked up on like Thursday, took a
Thursday.
red eye. Half the team doesn't even know who he is. Like they thought he was a coach because he's older. And man, like that kick, like I was over here. I not even a Bills fan. I was cheering for the Bills. I was also cheering for a good game, but not even a Bills fan. And I was over here, like, my heart was like pounding. I know you and I were like texting a little bit. Oh my goodness. And then it just like went right through, and I was like, oh, that's Matthew Prater right there.
That's Matthew Prater. I'm over here just bouncing up and down. Like my husband's just used to seeing me just like go boop, just bouncing up and down, trying to figure out like where. I just like the
Oh,
anxiety. But I was like, that's such a good game. Like, if you were thinking Sunday night football and you want to see the best teams play, you're not going to get a better game than that. And
no.
it's just amazing to see, like, hey, my team is capable of coming back. They're 100% like these teams are going to meet up in the playoffs. So it's like, Buffalo, what can you learn from this game? AKA, how do you stop Derrick Henry?
Oh, girl, that man is a tank. I don't know.
Did you see some of the training he does where he's running up mountains? I'm like, that's like some of the training they do in Colorado, like the Denver training.
Like he probably trains at altitude because why wouldn't he? He's Derrick Henry. He's a beast.
Honestly, just in off season, go see who's training at Red Rocks. That's where the people
I'm
train.
gonna
They
find
run the
him.
stairs at Red Rocks.
I'm gonna find him. He's probably at Red Rocks.
He's probably there.
Oh,
Everyone's
that
there.
game was really exciting. And then, I mean, we had a lot of drama throughout the league in general. Okay, so we actually kicked off the entire season with Spitgate. So, what do you think happened there? So basically, what went down was one of the defensemen spit in Dak Prescott's face. He got ejected. I actually think he is getting suspended, maybe another game. Um,
And fined. But it came out that Dak apparently.
spit his way. So like what happened? Because then Dak was like, no, I was just like spitting on the ground. But then everyone else is like, but this dude would have never spit on him unless he like felt disrespected because obviously
Exactly. Like, and because Jalen Carter's a pro, he's not a rookie guy. So something what had to have happened, especially so early in the game. I was just looked down for a moment, and then all of a sudden, was like, he's ejected. I'm like, what happened?
yeah, I didn't even see it like I had to watch like the replays because I was like, what happened? So that kicked off the whole league, and then they had like a whole hour long like weather delay too. So is this a bad omen for the league for the season? Maybe, but like hopefully not. It was just a really weird game.
There's been a lot of weather delays overall, though. There's a lot of delays this weekend.
Yeah, I know Denver had one and Carolina had one as
Mhm.
well. So, so that happens. Whatever. Jalen Hurts still Bay. Then we have, then we went down to Brazil,
Mhm.
which, by the way, they were so much nicer to Taylor Swift. Like their announcing and everything was so much nicer about Taylor Swift and everything compared to like the US, which was very interesting. So,
They're all
shout out
about
to
the
them.
They want the clicks in the US. She gives clicks. Brazil is just basically like, hey, want to come perform here again? We love you. We're not going to show you at all.
Yeah, like just come back, please. Um, so that game, was also fun for me because actually it wasn't fun for me at all. I don't even know if I had anyone in that game, to be honest, but Justin Herbert, just wow, where did he come
Where
from?
did he come from?
He grew
Like,
up over the off season. I don't know, I might have a little
what do you
crush
think it
on him.
is?
Well, for sure, Madison Bear, because like behind every good man is actually a better woman. I actually don't know much about her, but
I
I
don't
like her.
either.
I like her.
Let's say all these guys have these super famous girls.
But unfortunately, you also had lost another player. Basically, like one of the very first plays of the game.
It's
The
fine.
separating
Worthy played a
children.
snap and then immediately went down. And also, it's what
Mhm.
I get for starting Worthy. It's what I get for starting a Chiefs player. That's honestly what it is. I started a Chiefs player, and the Bills' karma was like, no, you didn't. You
But
don't
did
do
you hear the gossip of like, okay, so here's the rumor is
food.
so Travis Kelce hit him. And they think it's on purpose because Travis Kelce's career is kind of like winding down. Like I don't know. It's kind of winding down and he's not getting as many looks. He's not as good as he was a couple of years ago. And so there's like this like theory that he purposely took him out so he would get more targets.
I mean, he did get one nice target and a touchdown. If he got more, I did not remember them or recall them. Got one. And then they had to bring out a whole other player of Hollywood Brown. So I don't think that's working in your favor, but we'll come back to him.
Yeah. So very interesting. So Cowboys and Chiefs, two of what you would consider America's teams, start
America's teams
0 and
start
1.
0-1. It's a beautiful sight for
Yeah.
all of us here.
I think everyone except Cowboys and Chiefs fans are probably happy to hear this.
Oh yeah, it's literally that's all we're just like this is a good year so far.
What else happened this week that like is making you crack up?
I'm gonna Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers openly mocking the Jets, being like, the Jets administration didn't think I could play. And the fact that I just absolutely died over was Fox calling the Jets his ex. They didn't call the Packers his ex, but it's like the Jets are his bad ex. Just deceased.
Which is so funny and so petty at the same time, and I'm here for it, even though I'm still on the camp of like, he probably should retire.
He probably should retire, but Aaron Rodgers is nothing but a petty king. He makes it very well known anytime the Packers play the Bears,
Petty.
he clocks that game. He might not care about anything but the Packers, but he clocks that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jordan Love, you have one job.
One job.
One job.
It is hilarious. And, we should at another point talk about Aaron Rodgers' like history because he's an interesting guy. Like,
Dude,
yeah, he has like no connection really with his family since I think it was his brother was on The Bachelor or something. And
is
then it's
his
just,
brother Jordan, is he still with that girl?
I actually have no idea. We'll do like a deep dive on this another time, but it is like fascinating. So if you guys are like wanting to get ahead of it, like we like, because there's that, and then him and Shailene Woodley like broke up. Like, I don't know. He's an interesting man.
Interesting dude. That Netflix doc series. He's an interesting dude. Well, yeah, we'll have to do a deep dive on him because we could
Yeah.
talk so much on this dude.
Yeah, he is. Again, I was surprised to see him do that well. I thought that this was going to be like kind of a failure of a thing for the Steelers, but here we are.
So here we are, and we'll see if it's a trend or if it was just a fluke game. So
Yeah.
we'll see next week.
But in my opinion, in Mike Tomlin, we trust. Like he does kind of do a good job. So I don't know.
He's been there for what, forever?
Yeah. Like all his career. Like I don't know. Was he anywhere else before? I don't know, but
No.
I don't know.
He's
We'll have
just,
to
he's
look into that.
basically the Steelers. You think of Steelers, you think of Tomlin.
Yeah.
Go hand in
I
hand
think of
together.
Tomlin, and I think that of the year he gave everyone black Air Force Ones when like the white ones were like the like trend. And black is like for psychopaths. Like the black shoes with black socks is for like
Mhm.
psychopaths. So I just think he's probably a crazy person, but I think Aaron Rodgers is probably a better fit there than Russell Wilson was. So
100%. He
hot
fits.
take. Hot
He
take.
fits in a little bit more than lunging on a plane. I have one more comment from the games yesterday that I wanted to
Yeah.
talk through.
Yeah, still.
How God so desperately wanted the Browns to win and kept giving them chance after chance. The Browns lost the ball and they're like, it's okay. You're gonna get this stop with the Bengals and we're gonna give you the ball back. You just have to score again. And then they like go again. And then they give them one more chance and they still messed it up. I was like, you had a field goal. You just need a field goal. And then they've got a pick. So it's like God is like, Browns, I'm literally giving you everything you need to win this game. And they're like, nah, fam, we're fine.
I will say that it's probably just karma for the company they keep on their team. And we'll
And
drop
who they
it.
sign. I feel like that's all you need. Just like drop. Yes.
I think there's some people who are very good on the Browns, but I do like they got to play somewhere, and that's where they ended up playing. But man, the Browns, they really have like some really bad like karmic energy around them, and they just aren't going to be good until they need a whole saging of the team.
True, like saging of the players.
Yeah,
That's a whole nother thing too, of the
yeah,
players allowed to
and
play.
arrests of other players, but you know,
Yeah. I mean, that should be a whole nother comment series of like one, you could be like, what team has the most babies and baby mamas, and what team has the worst arrest records.
do you know the one that leads the league or we'll
I
come
can
back
put
to that. That's
a
something.
very educated guess on it.
Also want to give a special shout out to the Falcons because so I work occasionally at a private gym and the owner is a Falcons fan and I heard about it all day about how quote the Panthers are who everyone thought they were. And I don't want to talk about it, but the Panthers lost really terribly. And I just want to say both of us are 0 and 1, so I don't care. We still both have the same record and
You know what? Young Bryce Young can lead you guys. There's still time because you know what? You're all starting here.
yeah. And I do like Penix, but Bryce Young, QB1, at least we got a touchdown. That was like at by the end of the game, that's all I was cheering for was like, don't be the team that doesn't get the touchdown.
No, they had to get that touchdown.
So, so all right. So saying that, there is somebody we need to circle back to because I laughed. I do want to give you an apology because I did laugh at one of your hot takes last week. But Daniel Jones, your boy Daniel Jones.
And I was a very random off the cuff. I was like, he has a new team, maybe he has a new perspective. Daniel Jones, the Colts. What?
Are they?
I was like, the Colts haven't been relevant since Manning, and I think that's all they kept saying all over this. They're like, the Colts are what? The Colts? Crazy.
And
But
every single time Daniel Jones had the ball, he scored
yeah,
yesterday, which is insane to think about.
no one else, no other team did that.
And nobody has done that. Like I was listening to one of the broadcasts, nobody's done that since like 1991. Daniel Jones.
Don't call it a comeback. Daniel Jones is back.
Daniel Jones has arrived. He was never actually here, but
He
he
was
has.
never actually there. Maybe he was there like a hot second in New York. Maybe they didn't appreciate it. Maybe he's just a better fit.
Daniel Jones, congrats. Welcome. Welcome to the
Welcome.
Colts.
Welcome to the league. You're proving everyone wrong, but you know what? I was there. I called.
You said it first,
I
and
have
we
the
have it
tape.
on tape. Run the tape. Like you have.
Run the tapes. I have the tape. If he ends up coming out strong this year, I'm not saying Daniel Jones MVP, but I'm saying he could be the comeback king.
You know what?
Maybe.
It's too early for MVP talk, but if he was on this road, it is weird to be saying Daniel Jones's name in a room full of Josh Allen's and Lamar Jackson's and Jalen Hurts's. It is weird
It's
because we
weird.
think of Daniel Jones in New York.
Maybe we're going to be thinking about Daniel Jones as the Colts as the season progresses.
He
Who
might
is
be
he?
him. He might be
Yeah,
him.
might be him. Is he dating someone new? Is that also what happened? Like someone new came into his life?
I don't know, but behind every great quarterback right now,
There's some
someone.
amazing girl. So
So, which reminds me, Bryce Young, who are you dating? Because I am gonna hook you up with somebody really good.
it's like we gotta find some people. There's some eligible, quality eligible eligible women out there. Just like put them with some good people, elevate their status.
I know some good women, and I know women with connections. Bryce Young, I got you.
I
Daniel
got
Jones, also tell us who are you dating? Because we don't
who are
know.
you dating? I
We
could
also
do a quick
probably don't know much
search.
about you.
Actually, let's do a quick search now.
Quick Google search on Daniel Jones.
Let's search on Daniel Jones. Okay, I
Oh no,
have the answer.
who is it?
He is reportedly dating a medical researcher and former Duke University lacrosse player.
Daniel Jones. Daniel frickin' Jones, man. All I'm saying is that woman's a baddie and she's holding him down, and now he's performing because he got
Now
a
he's
new
performing.
team. I don't know how long they've been together.
I don't
New
know. And Google the
okay.
quick chat or thing on the very top of Google is just like, here's the girl.
We love that. Daniel Jones, welcome to the league officially.
Welcome to the league. You have made it here.
So, Daniel Jones, if I think a lot of people maybe didn't draft Daniel Jones because, again, Daniel Jones,
Mhm.
if he's not drafted in your league, which I think also can kind of start us towards our next segment, but I will say if he's not drafted in your league, you might want to put some money down on him. Maybe it's too soon, but from what I saw yesterday, oh my goodness, like I would get him.
We might have some options, which is a perfect transition into our newest segment we are introducing called Who is our waiver wire crush of the week that you have the potential option to grab for this next week? So, Ashley, who is the one that you put down?
So I have a couple, and I know you have a couple as well. My first one is Hollywood Brown from the Chiefs because, as we've spoken about today, obviously Worthy is out. Rashee Rice is suspended, and I'm just gonna keep going there with Travis Kelce. Okay. I pick up Hollywood Brown. He might be taken in your league because he is a bigger known name. However, if he's not, he's worth the pick. Okay, give me one of yours.
And this is actually one person that Ashley actually grabbed in our redraft league as one of her last picks. So she's a little bit ahead of the game. But Dylan Sampson. So the Browns were just running the ball nonstop. Dylan Sampson is that guy right now until Quinshon Judkins and all of his issues figured out. Dylan Sampson's the guy. And so if he's available, grab him. Throw a decent amount of money on him. You could have him for a couple weeks before the other guys come back, but from what I'm seeing, they're just running the ball. And I guess that's all they can really do.
And at the end of the day, too, so I just pulled up my team. He had 17.30 points, and he was on my bench. So again, whatever. But hey, Amy, nice to see you. Hate that I'm losing to you. But he he may earn a spot. He like, when people, so when you look at somebody like this, that's what they're trying to do is get that number one spot, maybe the number two. When people have other issues, whether it's an injury or behavioral issues or whatever, these people like Samson are just trying to earn their spot above them. So it's every single game is a tryout for them. And when they show up and get 17 fantasy points, that's a good sign for them that they might be like a really solid option moving forward in general, no matter what happens with whoever is out for whatever reason.
Running backs get hurt so much. It never hurts to have like an extra running back stash or just have someone's backup. Never hurts.
Yeah.
It only helps you in the future.
Yeah. And that is coming from the person who is stuck with Christian McCaffrey in our keeper league.
Yes. And last year, I owned the 49ers backfield. I had it down so when Garindo went out, I was bringing in Mason. Wait, no, it was Mason and then Garindo. I had every single person.
Yep, she had them
I
lined up.
owned. I owned that offense, that running offense.
My next waiver wire crush of the week is either Quentin Johnston or Keenan Allen. And a lot of people might already have Keenan Allen because he, again, in the past was like a bigger name, but he did really well. He was on my bench as well in the team I'm going to lose. He was on my bench as well, but grab both of those because, again, the Chargers are playing really well. Herbert's playing really well, so it doesn't hurt to have a team that's playing really well and kind of stack up on the players that are performing on their team.
My next one, who's probably also on most people's teams, Kayshawn Booty, which is just fun to say that last name, Booty. He was the main target of Drake May. So that's something just keep an eye out because like historically, and this is a whole new offense for the Patriots. So it's good to see like what they're doing because like I always think about the Patriots always just having this weird equal running back like 50-50 split and just having a guy. So like now it kind of shows that they're going back to that at least having a guy once again for the Patriots. So just to keep your radar on him.
And some fun fantasy names might come out of his name.
Yeah, he's a perfect one to help name your fantasy team.
Yeah,
Anything booty.
yeah,
That's a
literally.
name there. A terrible one, but it's a name.
Oh, um, okay. And my last is Cedric Tillman of Browns. Get your shit together. But he did really well last week. Like, I just think he did great. I don't know what else is happening on the Browns, but he's a good option. So again, take a look at him. Somebody might have him, depending how deep your league actually goes, but if not, snag him.
And then I have just a really random one. And this is actually a kicker that my husband has in our redraft league. And he's been clocking him for a minute. Cam Little, he kicked a 70-yard field goal. And Nick was like, this guy is going to be on my team. And he wants to change the points so that way he could get more points if he was to kick a 70-yard field goal.
Collusion.
It has to be a league vote. So clearly it's not happening. But I was like, I mean, that'd be badass to me have a kicker get you 7 points. Come on. But yeah, if that kicker is available, Nick got so many points from this kicker. He has a record of having really long field goals. So like in Cam Little you trust if you need those extra points. And especially if you have a kicker that only got you 2 points this week and you have to go on a kicker hunt.
Not me.
Well,
Both my kickers are actually like usually the best of my teams. So
what's that like?
it's crazy. Yeah, coming from somebody who drafts kickers way too early, according to my husband. So, and then I have a couple just with defense. I think I maybe mentioned it last week too. Sometimes it's wise to play week by week of who those matchups are. And so a couple of the top defense, if they are not taken in your league or if you are going week by week, the Rams are at Tennessee. Tennessee, I actually wasn't that, I was kind of impressed by Tennessee and Cam Ward. I think that the only reason, so not the only reason, so Tennessee lost to Denver this week. However, they had a ton of penalties, and Denver's defense definitely saved them. So, again, Tennessee isn't really that good. They're kind of in a rebuild moment. So the Rams would be a good one against Tennessee to pick up. The 49ers are at New Orleans, and New Orleans is another team where I'm kind of like, what's going on in New Orleans? Because back in the day when the Panthers were really good, New Orleans was also really good. And so it's like weird to see them not good. But 49ers at New Orleans, and then another defense to pick up would be Chargers at Las Vegas, because again, the Chargers.
Chargers. Chargers are here. They've come and they are making a stamp.
So if you are looking for defense, those are three really good ones. They might not be available because they're also just in general pretty decent. But if you are looking at matchups, make sure just to look at teams that kind of suck and then pick who they're playing against for your defense.
That always helps rather than all of a sudden you look at your games and you're like, why am I playing the Ravens? You might want to switch out your defenses, babe.
Yeah. You don't want to play the any high scoring team, the Ravens, the Bills, the Eagles. You don't want to play against them. They're going to score points.
You're gonna score points, and you don't want to be in the negatives. You need some of those bonus points.
So, yeah, we are about to start Monday Night Football. So, Andrea, what do you need in both of your leagues to win tonight?
I need Justin Jefferson to only score four points so I can win in redraft. And then hopefully he doesn't score 35 and your husband doesn't beat me. But I also have the Packer or not Packer Vikings defense. So hopefully that Josh Allen 38 points in our keeper league will help me stay afloat for this win this week. What about you?
So, I am in our keeper league. I am done. We are both finito, whatever. I don't know if that's a word, but we're both finished. We ended, actually, we didn't even have anyone playing last night, I don't think. We ended up after the afternoon games. So I have won that one. I'm sorry, Casey. Thank you for starting my season off well. In our redraft league, though, I need about 33 points. 30 math is hard for me. So like we'll say like ballpark around 33 points. I have DJ Moore. He is going to need the game of his life. And I'm playing against Amy, who is Andrea's sister. And she also does she have anyone going right now? I think she might be done.
You might be done. Josh Allen might have, because
She's
she
done.
has Josh Allen. Obviously, the Bills fans got got the
Um,
Bills quarterback.
and she actually drafted him first and I remember that specifically because I was like drafting a quarterback first. And that is my karma. I didn't say it in the chat either. I just thought to myself, like,
So whenever we did our keeper league draft, I knew because we were doing keeper, I needed a really good quarterback like immediately. But for redraft, I was like, I'll wait, second and third. That way I can secure that first round pick. And I know that because she had the very last pick in the wraparound, Josh Allen was going to be gone.
I love DJ Moore. I don't have high hopes that I'm going to win that one. So I might be starting at 1-1 for week one. So, oh
I'm
well.
over here starting, hoping to start 1-0 for both.
Fingers crossed for you. For
That's
me,
first.
Josh Allen just really, I think, came in. He came in like a
Josh Allen, we
storm.
trust. For one of us.
And against one of us. All right, so let us know how your in real life team did and then how your fantasy team did. We want to hear all about it and follow us and share with the other baddies in your league so they can get some tips and tricks too.
And in the famous words of Marv Levy, where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Join us next week, friends. Bye, guys.
Bye.